can open this. I'm going to let you hear Olivia play it first. There we go. Anyway, I can just make that larger. There we go. Here we go. Yeah. Oh. Okay, let me see. Let's make that a bit smaller. There we go. Yeah, so great tune. So it's in E major. Yeah, which is not the way I would learn it on the tin whistle or pipes, but again, as I said last time, that's the keys that I love playing in, because it's so rare that you actually get to do it in that key. So usually, whenever I put the capo on too, it's for stuff that's in E Dorian, sometimes E Aeolian. It's nice to have it for E major. So usually, from what I've seen anyway, and from what I've notated for you guys, yeah, where am I going to put this? I'll probably put this up on the website, like all the scores and everything, you know, if you're interested in downloading it. I've done it in G, which seems to be the standard tuning that you'll see in the session.org. So this is going to be very unusual for me to play it in E major. Okay. Let's see if we can bring up and figure out how we're going to accompany this. Everything's just working a little bit slow. Let me see, what one am I going to use? The one for E should be the one that we use. There we go. Okay. After you've always listened to a tune a good few times, you'll probably find you'll need to listen to it at least half a dozen times if you're new to doing this, to figure out what the key is just from listening, just by ear, okay, oral training. As time goes on, that will get faster and faster, and it will almost, not quite, but it will almost be automatic if you're in a session environment, that you'll just be able to hear the tonic, the pull towards a certain note. So again, just from doing what we did last time, I can show you guys. I always do the same approach, so there's nothing new to this. I would just, without the capo, listen to the tune and try and find that. Okay, so that's what's in my head. If the audio is too loud as well, guys, let me know if I need to change anything. But that is what I'm looking for, is that da, and I would go. So I know that that's going to be the tonic. And usually if you bar, you know, your first, second, third courses, that'll let you know where to put your capo is, you know, on that fret. So yeah, anything for E or for E major, E Dorian, E Aeolian, any of the modes, E Ionian, I suppose, for E major, anywhere where you're putting a capo, you're going to find it best by guesswork, by going up, you know, either by chromatic scale or by your major scale or whatever. Your D major scale. I always just do it chromatically, go up fret by fret by fret until you can find that drone, that okay, so once you have that, that's where you know your capo is going to go. I would also try at some stage learning it without the capo, so can you figure out the chords. It's going to be a heck of a lot harder and probably won't sound as traditional, because the bouzouki should have a lot of resonance, a lot of resonating strings. So that's why the capo is essential piece of kit, far more important for the Bouzouki than it would be for, say, guitar. I know some guitar players who haven't used Capo in years, and they'll do a lot of sort of unusual chords all the way up and down the fingerboard. And yeah, that's a heck of a skill. But for trad, you do want to have that drone effect, and the best way to achieve that is with a Capo. Okay, so that's the first part 1. Second thing is just drone along with it. Just play along with it with that particular sound. That's what you're looking for. Okay, let's see if I can get the should I be over a wee bit more? I probably should. There we go. Interesting. I think I may be a little bit sharp. Nope. Okay. I'm just going to share this. This will be an interesting little thing for you guys to see. I think what happens if you're playing with a recording, and it may not be anything to do with Olivia. It just might be that I took this off because Facebook and YouTube and everything does funny things with compression of audio, that it's just ever so slightly out of tune with me. So I'm going, rather than me tuning everything out, I'm just going to tune Olivia up a wee bit. Maybe down a wee bit. Okay, let's see. If I go into, yeah, this one in E for a second. And I'm just going to use pitch switch for this one. Pitch switch is brilliant for like little tiny tunings like this. So just drag in your audio like we have here. Go up to, let me see if I zoom in a wee bit so you guys can see. Go up to where it says fine adjust pitch. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so if I hit that, it means whenever I move pitch now, it does it by 1/10 of a semitone rather than an entire semitone. So I'm just going to see, does that work? That's more in tune, I think. That's the original. Okay, so just putting it down by like 1/10 of we cent there, 0.1 cent. Let me see if I go into Toolbox. I think this is where I'm saving all this stuff for you guys. Piano, practice with me and Olivia, Timmy Clifford's jig, and it's the one in E. Save over that, and it should be good to go. There we go. So now I'm hoping that when I click on this, it'll ask me to, yeah, find the new audio that I've messed around with and open it this time. And all my edits are still there as well, all the little cuts. Yay.